One of the essential qualities of leadership that is often underrated is that of listening. In my tribe, which is from northern Zambia, we refer to someone who is an expert at something as a fundi. So the invitation I'm making here is if we can become fundis at listening. There are 4 ways in which we can listen. The first way is when we are paying attention only to the things that we are familiar to, things that we know. If we were to ask ourselves at the end of a listening process or practice, we would only remember the things that we already know. The second level of listening is when we are paying attention only to the things we disagree with. And quite often when that is happening, we are also preparing a rebuttal, a way of challenging that which we don't agree with or which doesn't conform to the world we know. We easily notice this when we are looking at political contenders. When one person says one thing, the other tries to poke holes into what was said earlier, and the vice versa process happens. The third way of listening is when we try and put ourselves in the shoes of another person. We try and see the world from the perspective of another. We still retain our position if we can, or if we want, but it's just that in order for us to fully understand what might be going on the other side, we intentionally choose to wear the shoes of another. And when we do so, we explore what is around us. We see the reality through the lenses of another person. We notice this when we meet those good teachers who are willing to appreciate the position of those they are teaching in order for them to help in the best way they can. Or we meet a health worker who is in the beginning interested in following through and seeing reality, experiencing the pain of those they are seeking to treat. The fourth level of listening comes when we are paying attention in a way that takes into account what is going on within me, around me, maybe paying attention to where I have come from, and at the same time, and more importantly, paying attention to what the future is asking of me, that I open myself up to being a means, a vessel through which the future wants to be in the present moment. This is one of the things we noticed in Nelson Mandela, that when special moments came, he could go somewhere different. People around him described in certain moments of crucial importance to the nation, to the world, he went within, and his face became like a statue. He almost became emotionless and motionless for a period of time. This is what happened when he received the sad news that his political son, Chris Hani, had been murdered. When he came out of that position of almost being like a statue, we got the result of a 6-minute speech that changed the course of South Africa, that changed the course of a nation. What I'm saying is, we have the choice to listen at whatever level. And as we become black belt listeners, we intentionally choose which level to operate from. My personal experience and observing change makers around the world transformational change happens when we learn to operate on the third way and the fourth way I just described. But this is a quality all of us can develop and should develop, particularly those of us that are interested and committed to the transformation of the African continent.
Mm-hmm.